if you had to summarize this season of Teen Mom Family Reunion in a phrase or a sentence, what would you have to say?
That is so hard. Oh my god!
I was like, well, good thing I hit that.
Right, like it's like it's giving dysfunctional family vacation, fun therapy, sexy. I don't know. I'm the wrong person to ask. That's so hard.
No worries. Okay, so let's go to you, Jade. How would you say this season really hones in on not just the idea of like that nuclear family, but rather the ups and downs of chosen family?
I feel like we all get to experience everyone's different dynamics and hear about other people's, parenting, home lives, and all these different things. And I feel like at the end of the day, all of us may have different type of home lives or, co-parenting, different type of families, but we have a lot of common ground too. I think with each of us, there's something we can find in each couple or person that's a parent that we can align with. And I think that's what brings us so close is, being on this show. It's definitely hard. You get a lot of judgment as being a parent, and being a parent on a television show. No one understands the shit we go through besides us. So like we already have that base level bond.
Absolutely. And it looks like you guys had so much fun this season, with a little bit of razzle dazzle and drama sprinkled in between. So for you, Zach, what was the biggest lesson that you learned about yourself throughout being in this season?
Biggest lesson I learned about myself this season, honestly, that I have a lot to work on within myself in our marriage. I found issues that I had that started at the root that I didn't know about, that now I'm able to go home and, seek therapy and seek help. That way I can move forward.
Absolutely. And, for you, Briana, kind of the same. What was the biggest lesson that filming this season taught you, not only about yourself, but your relationship with others and as a mother as well?
To be honest, I don't really know how to answer that. I've just been through a lot, and just doing this season has like taught me to just give myself some time and to pour into myself. And
Yeah. And then Taylor, just staying on that, the theme of lessons, in what ways have you taken those lessons that you learned from this season? Because I know like you guys filmed in the past and we're just about to see it, but how have you applied it to your life since filming has wrapped?
I think just taking time to kind of separate myself from being a mom to being in a relationship. Sorry, my little one just came in. That's probably like my biggest issue, is that I can't separate the two, and I like just kind of I like almost try to mother Corey as well, and I need to just like not do that and just be a girlfriend and a partner. I think that's like the biggest lesson for me.
Yeah, and can I also have each of you talk about what was your most memorable moment about filming this season of Teen Mom Family Reunion? And we can start with you again, Cheyenne.
I'm trying to think the biggest memory. I think honestly, overall, we wanted everyone to walk away from this experience with like a positive review, 5-star Yelp review. We didn't want it to be like past seasons where we walked away and we're like, what did we just do and why did we do that? And I really think overall this season gives a whole new dynamic of vulnerability, of seeing us not only as parents but just as like young adults having fun, of people digging deep and opening up in ways that they haven't before. So I feel I can't give one good memory. I just think I walked away from it this time really feeling like, wow, like we just really were so vulnerable with each other and still had a great time doing it. And it made me look forward to like the next time I was going to be with everyone.
I love that. And how about you, Jade?
This season was definitely sexy and a lot about sex and our bodies, which is so different from any of the shows. But I feel like after me and Sean had our date was very much, I thought we were gonna shoot a porn. I'm not even gonna cap to you. It was a lot going on, but I feel like we forget to be like sexual with each other and like sexually in tune with our bodies and with our partners because people don't talk about it enough. So I think it was fun to be able to see couples open up about their sex life and how they find ways to be intimate and what things that they do with each other. I feel like we neglect that physical connection with our partner sometimes, and it dwindles and we forget because we're parents, and we have to remind ourselves like we got to keep that sexual chemistry going. We have to keep that going because if that's going, we're going to continuously simulate that emotional connection and all these different things. So it's not to forget about the sex and the fun and just being with each other.
Yeah, there was a lot of sex happening.
A lot of sex.
Yeah, keeping the spark alive.
Yes, you have to.
Absolutely. And then Zach, did you want to add to that?
I feel like the whole entire trip was a memory for me. It was just such a highlight in my life, getting to rekindle, just that spark that it wasn't out, but just,
More sex.
more sex. Also get closer to each other. It's great. But, I do have memories, but I'm not going to spoil them. I think everybody just needs to tune in, and we're going to give you guys a great season. I can assure you that.
The most memorable moment. Probably, I don't want to give too much away. I feel like the whole thing was memorable. But oh gosh, I don't know what to say. I would just say this particular night was probably the most memorable for me, but I don't want to give too much away about that because it's later in the season. So I don't know.
Yeah, no worries. And I also wanted to know, I can actually start with you, Jade, for this one, because you kind of spoke to it, but how did this installment of the show really hone in on your life outside of motherhood? Because motherhood is so deeply rooted in the show, even in the name. But how did this season really speak to who you are as an individual and outside of being a mom?
I love that question. So I think my biggest thing was wanting everyone to be their own person and have their own personalities. I feel like all we are is judged as moms. So no matter what we do, we can't do anything because they're like, oh, you're a mom, you're a mom. You can't, it's people assume being a mom means we're not people anymore. We can't have any fun, that it has to be about our kids 24/7, which a lot of the time it is, but we still have to have our own identity. We still have to have fun because think about all the mothers that, I watched my own mom give up everything and be not super happy because all she did was sat at home, cooked, cleaned, and been a mom. And they say statistically to have a successful child, they need to have a happy mother. Mm-hmm. That's the number one thing that kids need to have is a happy mother. And, you have to make time for yourself. And I wanted this whole family reunion to be about us as people and not obsessing over the fact, oh, I'm a mom and he's a dad. I'm still Jade, this is still Briana. We still are all our own people. We have our own things that we like to do. And as moms, we make mistakes and it's pretty normal. And I want to normalize that for other people watching.
I love that. I think that's amazing. And my time is winding down. But my last question is for you, Zach. And I want to center it around just fatherhood. What kind of judgments about fatherhood did you release, or expectations of yourself did you release from being on this trip and being a part of this season, being on this season?
I don't know. Maybe questioning how I father and if I am a good father. I think, I was kind of assured that I'm doing a great job. I'm doing all that I can for the both of our kids and as a husband to make sure that our family is good.
Amazing. Well, thank y'all so much for your... No, you're fine. So thank you guys so much for your time today, and congratulations on another successful season.
Thank you.
Thank you.